everybody. I'm Hillary Atkin from the Atkin Report, and I'm so excited to welcome Alex Whalen from The Voice to this edition of Hillary's Happy Hour. Alex, how are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Really great, Alex. And I want to start off by congratulating you on your blind audition performing Help Me Make It Through the Night. Blake turned for you first and then Chance, but tell me, did Chance have a chance with you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It was a shock for sure. That wasn't the chair I was necessarily expecting to turn around, but when he did, and we started talking a little bit about some this, that, and the other, about musical influences, and it sounded really interesting. And honestly, I was torn. But then, I mean, I don't know if you know anything about this. I don't know. I don't know if it's still a secret. I don't know if Blake's talked about this at all. But it's his final season this season. I don't know if that's a spoiler for everyone.
Oh no, that's the first time I've heard it, Alex. Thank you for letting me know.
Yeah. So I just thought it quite fitting to be on Blake's last team, I thought I'd have been a fool not to do it.
Well, Alex, you're from London, a place with an incredible musical history, but not exactly known for country. So, how did you develop your love for the genre?
Well, I mean, obviously I've listened to it my whole life. It was pretty big before I was born in the UK. Like the Dolly Partons and the Kenny Rogers of the world were pretty popular. But yeah, it kind of died out in the 80s, and I did kind of have to go and search for it. But I mean, it's a very popular worldwide genre. And then I went to high school in Orlando, believe it or not, and monkey see, monkey do.
Yes, you're a Floridian now.
I am indeed.
But you cannot lose that wonderful UK accent we all love in America. And that's another thing that makes you unique. Just like Blake said, I've never had a country artist from London. So there you go.
Yeah, it's always been quite unique. I used to live in South Carolina. I used to work in Georgia. And, I play some not massive stages, but some fairly big stages, and people would speak to me afterwards, and their jaw would hit the floor, and I'd be quite confused. But yeah, it's a thing. People are quite surprised about it.
Well, what are you most looking forward to working with Blake and then your mega mentor, country music queen Reba McEntire?
Oh, that's a question. I mean, what could I mean, that's the world, isn't it? That's the two biggest names I can think of in the business right now. I mean, what could possibly go wrong?
Well, we will be looking forward to seeing that collaboration between you and Reba, especially. I mean, that's going to be amazing.
That would be incredible.
While we look forward to that and the next phase of The Voice, you're out playing gigs in Florida at places like, I love these names, Alex, Saltwater, Hippie, and Crabby Bills. So
Yes.
Tell us more about what you're doing now in your career off the Voice stage.
Oh, so I went right back to work Tuesday, my first one. That was interesting. It's spring break right now, so even like all my friends, all my locals, they'd come out and see me, and then there's people in there from Canada, there's people in there. It got around. So I'm actually going to be at the Saltwater Hippie tomorrow, and I reckon it's going to be more of the same. It's yeah. The stage got very small all of a sudden.
Well, you're going to do great on those gigs, but before we wrap up our happy hour, you have to tell us more about the braided beard, a look that Blake called badass.
Oh, I don't know. It's I get asked about it quite a lot. It's just something I've had forever. My old wedding pictures, it wasn't quite as lustrous as it is now. It was actually a slightly better color as well. But I won't harp on that. yeah, it's just something that I've had. When you're on the motorcycle and you have a long beard, it's, you know, you get blinded. It's quite nice to be able to just throw it over your shoulder and get on with it.
You know what? Thank you for pointing that out. I don't think many of us would have realized that, but we are loving it, Alex. And as we wrap up our happy hour, oh, I see you grabbed your guitar, but I want to lift a glass to you and make a toast to your continued success on The Voice.
Well, thank you very much. What I'd like to do is share with you a little tradition. Whenever anyone toasts me or buys me a drink at work, goes like this. Cheers.
Love it. Cheers to you. Thank you.
That's good.